You ever just want to go outside and just bury yourself just in the dirt and the muck and just lay there and say, this is where I live now?
Once you fully embrace the muck of the earth that you are, because we're all just made out of earth muck, if you think about it. Like carbon and all that. You just feel so liberated.
Yeah.
Especially if you're holding that.
Yeah, I mean, having an AK-47 with you in the dirt probably, well, it does something. I don't know. This is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
What is the breakpoint?
We're gonna find out if I have one, man. You can get injured. I think that's probably the breakpoint.
Like, it's like your knee.
If you get
elbow.
Exactly. If you get injured, it reduces your health regen and stuff like that until you bandage. This is like if they drew Ubisoft tropes out of a hat and made a video game.
Okay.
It's kind of that, except for the towers. So there's like a little bit of Far Cry, a little bit of Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Right. This isn't a sequel to Wildlands,
no, it is not.
But it sort of uses some of the similar ideas.
Yeah. I mean, you still have a drone, you mark targets and that sort of stuff. But unlike Wildlands, if you're playing alone, you don't have AI associates with you, which the problem with Wildlands is you would just target things and then tell your AI to go kill them, and they would go kill them mercilessly, ruthlessly. And so you could clear out whole bases while just laying face down in the muck like I'm doing right now.
So they've made it so you
have to do your own dirty work, basically. Your own wet work. And that makes it a better game, I guess. This is a strange game. It's fairly straightforward. It's an open world. You have missions. You do stuff on it. You fill in parts of the map. You go places. You unlock fast travel points. You do all that same shit. But all of the menus around it, in terms of how you find things, like they wanted to make it a little more open-ended as to how you approach the pathway through the game. And as such, when I first started playing it, I was like, wait, what am I even doing? Am I just running around this open world and there are kind of missions out there? Like it took a little while to kind of lock in on, like, okay, here's the flow of this game, and here's how they kind of anticipate you will use the menus and options. I can pin missions, basically. Like, you have a quest log, more or less, but I can only pin 3 missions. But they can be anything. They can be like, oh, there's a weapon blueprint in a base that I would like to go find and get, that I've heard about from another character, so now it's on my list of things to do.
Okay.
And there's like a lot of interesting ideas around the edges of this thing, but like there's just... Like my character right now, there's just a lot of muck surrounding you at all times.
Oh, geez, we can't get into all this.
This is basically the full quest log. In terms of just like, okay, I go in here and okay, here's the mission I have, and I can pin this.
Jace Skell.
Jace Skell. The other thing is, like, this is like kind of the final mission of the game, and you can kind of go do it.
Okay.
It says, hey, you should have a gear score of 150 if you want to be effective in this zone, but you can do it.
You can just go. It's kind of like a Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, there's
deal.
A little bit of Breath of the Wild in this game that it feels like they tempered. They pulled back on. And I'll show you in the options here. There's this guided mode, and this is on by default. This is not the first Ubisoft game to have this sort of setting, like Assassin's Creed had it. But it's every character you talk to, when they say go do a thing, they'll say it's west of this mountain and south of this river, and then those go into your mission briefs. If you look here, if I get all the way out, you see that gun blueprint. It says
in the southwestern part of the Smuggler Coves province. Yeah.
So when you turn off that guided mode, your map looks pretty different, and you have to kind of look at the map and go, okay, what's west of here? What's east of here? I need to go here. It's in this general vicinity, and you find stuff that way.
So guided mode just drops like a dot on a mini map, and this is like you actually have to, want to explore and stuff. So like, when you're out there, like when you have a thing that's like, check out the southwestern part of this town, if you go there and are kind of wandering around and looking for the objective, the gun, whatever, is there a lot of stuff to do?
Usually these things are all directing you to areas that will be, well, this is a large base here with a lot of enemies in it, but usually it'll be directing you to an area that's like, hey, there's going to be some guys here.
Okay.
Like, hey, this weapon blueprint is in a base. It's not just in a chest in the middle of nowhere.
But like, what else are you finding out in the world? Are you like finding animals for an animal kill log?
There are animals, but you don't have to engage with them at all. You are finding like this, a rebel hideout besieged by drones. What else we got?
I'm just wondering if there's
You've got Smuggler Cove's Freight Yard.
Sure. I'm just wondering if there's any point to the non-guided mode other than it'll take you a little bit longer to find the thing.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not in my experience. I have not spent a ton of time with the unguided mode, but even in guided mode, some of the clues to your investigations are not necessarily pinned down on the map.
Got
so
it.
you do still have to do a little bit of that. And a lot of these locations, I want to meet whoever wrote this flavor text. An intriguing location to explore because they use it over and over again on anything that is actually the exact opposite of that almost every time. It's like, oh, here's a building in the middle of nowhere with no enemies and there's a chest you can open. Like
abandoned site.
Yeah, that's almost guaranteed to just be like, here's a building.
Like a burnt out building or something.
Exactly. And so the setting is we're on this island.
Not Bolivia. Not a real country.
No, not a real country. In fact, it is an island where this Jace Skell guy is the head of a technology company, and he has set up his libertarian utopia here where they are solving the world's problems. And then a PMC comes in and says, what if instead you made murder drones? And how, like...
And you're like, he was like, I'm already 2 steps away from that, so I might as well.
So, like, that's kind of the story right now, or where we're at right now, is like, we don't really know how deep in this dude is with this dude, if they are in cahoots or if he is doing this against his will. Like we kind of don't know. So one of the interesting things this game does before we actually start moving around and shooting things is I like this investigations thing. It's a cool idea because it presents you with questions that you then solve. And some of these are optional things you can go, like, so you'll go find clues on your own. But these questions kind of come up as you play the game. And as you meet characters and talk to them, you'll have questions like, "Oh, who's the mole? Like, there's a mole within the evil PMC. It'd be nice to know who that is." So we can collect clues, and some of these are going to be optional things. Some of them are like, hey, if we complete this mission that we're going to see later on, we're going to know that sort of stuff. But we have one clue now.
And so are these just giving you experience for completing?
Yes, when you complete them, you get 300 XP. So completing them is actually like, it's less about the XP and more about like, it's an interesting way to look at the world because it breaks down this larger story into individual situations. Like, where is Jace Skell? And you're like, okay, and you get a log and there's a deduction here that you don't feel that you don't have to interact with this. It just fills it in. And it's like, oh, he wants to connect all the joints to 0.0. So you're like, well, what's 0.0? And we'll find out when we solve more of these missions. We'll find out where he is.
And it seems like this is a better structure for this sort of thing than just like randomly picking up audio logs.
Exactly, yeah. And some of these are audio logs and stuff like that. So then I solved this one. This was an optional one where you meet a guy who's part of your squad and he makes it out alive. Like your helicopters crash at the beginning of the game. Most of your team gets murdered. But this popped up. It said, hey... And so you're talking to this guy and you're like, hey, I saw this guy we know murder a bunch of our guys. And the dude's like, no way, he would never do that.
Right.
So it's like, it's like an old military guy that turned to the other side and started his own PMC or whatever it is. And then that popped this up, which kind of instantly lets you know this wouldn't pop up if it didn't lead somewhere.
Right.
How did he survive the manhunt after the crash? That's a good question.
That is a great question.
So I went and solved it by going into areas I wasn't even supposed to be in yet because they were higher level. And found things that says that like he was deliberately spared. And that's really interesting. But when it completes the investigation, I don't get to deduce what the actual answer is here. I know this dude is dirty. From the way he acted in that interaction to the fact that this investigation popped up at all, I know he is a turncoat motherfucker and I should be able to gun him down right now. But when the investigation completes, it says... he doesn't know, but the bad guy ordered that he be spared. Bullshit. That motherfucker knew. So basically, I'm playing as a fucking moron.
Sure. Like a moron, but who's just smart enough to come to like terrible conclusions.
Yes. And also like the protagonist voice he sounds like a fucking idiot. It's just a real meathead, dumb motherfucker. All right, so what are we going to do here? Let's find Jay Skell. He went to the Fenbog testing zone.
He's in the bog. Skell's in the bog.
Skell's in the bog, where the drone testing is happening, and that's a pinned mission. So this is another thing. Like Fenbog. Here we go. Like it's hard for me sometimes to find my pins. Okay. He's here. Do we have any fast travel points unlocked near here? I found getting around the world to actually be kind of a hassle sometimes as well. We've unlocked
this blue dot
bivouac here. No, there's submissions and stuff like that. So I don't think I have anything. I don't think I have anything closer than this. Which actually means we're going to go back to the home base, the like social space. Because there's a helicopter there.
Oh,
and
great.
Then we can just fly. The social space is, you'll see other human players running around. There's a shop there where with items on kind of a timed rotation.
Okay.
You can inquire about how the PvP mode works, and there's a handful of faction missions that are tied to like a battle pass equivalent, which seems to rotate it on a seasonal thing. Which all of that seems a little needless for what this game is, but it seems like stuff that they threw in to try to trick people into playing this game longer than they would otherwise.
Live service shit.
Yeah, but this game isn't that.
Okay.
But it feels like they put a bunch of trappings of that in there in a way that, at the end of the day, this game's pretty straightforward. It just has very messy menus, and like they're trying to make it seem bigger than it is. I guess is probably my.
That gun's taller than you are.
Yeah, it's a sniper rifle. It's for sniping. Also, a lot of times when you get into this area, like the guys you need to talk to don't spawn in initially. Is he even here yet? Yeah. So these people are talking to a guy who will appear right here, but I cannot talk to him yet because he has not appeared. This is bad.
Maybe he's got like
there he is. Yay!
Hey.
So we can talk to this guy and take on some faction missions and stuff like that. But we already
y'all like my camo?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Come see me in a minute.
Okay, how do I get out of here? Also, like the layout of this area is not.
It doesn't do a good job of visually marking where the important things are.
It doesn't.
And a good hub world does that. And even in like another Ubisoft game, even in The Division 2, which is doing a similar thing of like these rundown kind of thrown over areas, it's like, okay, I can go. Yeah. There's the shop. There's
I know from the shop that the exit is above the shop. So that's literally the only.
Yeah, you don't even have a compass.
Yeah, you can, there's a lot of interface customization you can do as well in terms of like, do you want the minimap on all the time or only part of the time and that sort of stuff.
Take as long as you need.
This game is rife with microtransaction options.
Oh boy. Skell credits.
So Skell credits are the in-game currency that you earn, but I can use ghost coins to buy more Skell credits. Ghost coins cost dollars. So dollars, the triangle trade, dollars for ghost coins for Skell credits, and if I get an eye patch if I make a single purchase, which
your guy would look better with an eye patch.
You're right, but the short version is I don't think you need to engage with any of this stuff, and I don't think you should because I think a lot of it is like really kind of just it's time saver stuff that means it's like, hey, you're paying to play less of the game. And also, you get so many fucking Skell credits, and you don't need to bind it. There's so much loot all over the place. Like, none of this shit matters. And like I said, I have 30,000 Skell credits right now. To give you an example of like, I've played maybe 10-ish hours, probably a little less actually.
Yeah.
And I've never been short of in-game currency for doing the stuff that I need to do. But the option is there if you want to be able to spawn the sickest vehicles or whatever the fuck.
Let me see those emotes again.
Or yeah, if you want to buy some emotes. These aren't even necessarily super expensive. Oh, you're right. Those are emblems. I dance because I'm happy.
Not seeing a lot of good ones here. Sorry, Ubisoft.
Yeah. Just cosmetic customization stuff here. Chocolate chip, for example, if you want your weapons to look like this, you can do that. None of this is not the real money stuff. I haven't seen anything that's like can only be purchased with real money.
It just makes it
because I guess they took that out of the shop. It was there for a little bit, and they were like, oh, that stuff's not supposed to be here yet. That's supposed to be stuff that we launch later. Is what they said. But yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like there's a lot of microtransaction opportunities in this game, but also for as much as I've played so far and as much as I'm likely to play, like it seems like you would be a fool if you put money into that. It doesn't seem
For
like...
what's in there right now, at least.
Yeah.
Like, I could see down the line for the hardcore people them introducing some stuff.
I think, yeah, sure. But I also think that like for hardcore people in general, I don't know that this game's going to necessarily hold their attention long term. The 4v4 competitive multiplayer seems really rough. And the co-op stuff, like, the stuff they're trying to get you to keep playing is like these faction missions that are like almost seem like procedurally generated. Like it's really just kind of go here, do a thing.
Only one helicopter for the entire hideout?
Yeah, and I steal it every time, and I crash it every time, but somehow there's always one here.
What happened to your leg?
I had a situation.
A mud situation?
Yeah. Okay, where were we going? It was this one, right? Now I gotta call up the map and go, okay.
Yes. That was it. The bogs.
Okay.
No better place to test out your drones than the bog.
Yeah. This smoke we're seeing around, those are the fast travel points. So you can kind of know, like, if there's one I haven't discovered yet, I can buzz it with my helicopter and unlock it. Might not actually be the worst idea. So I've basically this is how I've been playing this game. And when it comes to the main missions anyway, is like, or if I have to go far away, is I'm just like flying to the location, but trying to buzz these bivouacs.
Yeah.
Just close enough to unlock them. There we go. And so if I ever have to come out here again, it'll be somewhat easier.
If you ever have to come back to Harris Forest.
Yeah. I'm never, ever... The less time I can spend in and around Harris Forest, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, no, I mean... Can't trust it.
No, absolutely not. So there's probably bad guys here. So I'm not.
Can you parachute in and shoot them all like a cool guy?
I mean, I could parachute in and try to kill them all, but then they might call in reinforcements and stuff like that. So like the quiet approach is usually better.
Boo.
But I will just parachute out.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Now we're Tom Clancy and.
I'll hit it here, I guess.
Hey, I'm coming to find the guy. You getting muddy?
Yeah.
What was that?
Just some animal.
All right, what do we got?
All right, if we see red on that mini map, that means that there's enemies in that general vicinity that we can then highlight more effectively. So basically, like that process has not necessarily changed from Wildlands. It's like if you see red spots on the mini map, then you generally know there's gonna be enemies there, and as you mark them, the redness will disappear.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
you can kind of know when you've marked everyone before you even start a confrontation.
I like that better than how the last couple Assassin's Creeds have done it, where you just have to keep swiping around and eventually the circle would appear. And
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, that's a drone of that's a robot of some sort.
oh. So who's this Skell guy?
I'm gonna say he's like a Zuckerberg-esque
Okay.
figure. He's like he's the head of some big tech company that decided he wanted to start his libertarian island. They literally say like, start his libertarian utopia, see how that's going.
So he's like Andrew Ryan, or not?
Sure.
Is that
Yeah.
who I'm thinking of?
Yeah, there's a little bit of,
Bioshock?
there's a little bit of that maybe. But I don't know. Like I haven't met him yet. We're trying to find him because basically someone, and right now we're positing that it's the evil PMC, has made it so weird razor drones rip apart anyone that tries to leave the island.
Oh.
Or comes to the island. No in, no out. And so we're trapped here. There are civilians that are trapped here that worked for the Skell Corporation, or homesteaders that lived on the island from before. So there's like a handful of factions And then you've got this PMC, the wolves, and other kind of bad guys that are out here doing dirt. Looks like there's a weapon blueprint up here too. All right, this looks like a loosely guarded facility unless there's a bunch of red I'm missing. Okay, there's some over here actually too. Okay, so we got a heavy up there.
Probably not even going to get that far. Huh?
No, you're probably right. But it's like best to mark them because, when I do get noticed, these guys will come running. There's an information thing. You can use information to also fill in points on your mini-map. If you find one of those, you can usually say, like, I want to find a weapon, or I want to find a fast travel point, and it'll put it on your map for you.
That's cool. So I notice enemies, that's not like their level, that's kind of their gear score.
Yeah, you have experience level, you also have a class level, and you also have a gear score. They've packed some fucking numbers into this thing.
And my understanding is that the class stuff is pretty loose. Like there's a class ability.
There's a class ability, yeah. Like mine is a gas grenade, which I have not used once. Like, because who the fuck? I have real grenades.
Yeah. And like maybe your starting weapon or something.
Yeah, probably something like that. But you can.
But like it's pretty
whatever.
much you just if you want to snipe, you can snipe, and then you can switch to a shotgun.
Yeah. All right, this doesn't look like a heavily guarded facility compared to some of the other areas we've been to, which makes sense because this is a story mission. So some of the areas I've been venturing into lately are like the high level, like you should have gear score 200, and I have, what do I have? I have 55.
Oh, your guy looks great.
I wanted him to look as shitty as possible, and the goatee was really the piece that tied it all together.
Yeah.
And then, I got.
He looks like he's never laughed.
Yeah. That's if we get into a cutscene where he speaks, you double down on that for sure. So you'll have gear that has rarity with it. So you see these, the advanced gear has 2 perks on it. This gear has 1 perk, that sort of stuff. There's a whole weapon upgrade system here that's as elaborate as you want it to be.
Sure. I want you to go shoot some guys.
Okay.
I want to see your man hoorah in.
You want me to watch me clance?
I want maximum clance, minimum Tom.
Okay.
Love some good ambient. Oh.
Somebody's shooting at us.
Well, that went well. But as long as there's no radio guy to call in for reinforcements, I don't really give a fuck. The AI is not great. It's really been a feeling of like, oh, I'm going to alert everyone and then stand in a doorway and then murder this entire base as they run in one after the other.
Especially if you're tagging them beforehand and you can just see them coming.
Oh, there's a guy up here. You, die.
Oh.
It's fine. He's sleeping. Okay, the hassle with that is he saw me enough to where now these people know where I am. So it sounds like they're looking for Skell also.
Stay behind cover.
Yeah, it looks like a shooter.
Yeah, I'm Clanson.
You're Clanson.
So what you're saying is I didn't tag everyone.
Maybe there was somebody in mud. Can't see them.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't detect their heat signature. I learned that from Predator.
Nah, he's not gonna pop out as long as I'm...
You think Predator's gonna be in this game?
Sure, why not?
I know people, this is the Ubisoft promise, but I know people who liked Wildlands, liked those last few expansions they did quite a bit. And so
they were weird.
Yeah.
They were definitely like...
They were willing to get weird, which was cool. So I'm wondering if they'll do something similar on these.
I've got some sort of robot shooting at me.
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's bad.
Oh no, it's this heavy down here. I kind of like that they take the angle of the sun into account when you use your scopes, and you kind of get fucked by the sun sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, they shot down my drone. That's fine.
It's a drone.
Oh, there's a drone.
Your drone shot
Evil
down a drone. Bad drone. It's awfully presumptuous of the game to tell you to fall back. Oh,
I'm not even sure where that came from.
up on top of the tower, I think.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There is a sniper up there.
Scale is ours.
Stay out of the open.
Fuck. Yeah.
Scale is currently preparing a barbecue. He's going to have some brisket,
Nice.
pulled pork. Have you seen that Zuckerberg? The compilation of every time he said brisket.
No.
He did like a YouTube. I suggest everyone check this out. But he did like a
hey, what's up,
Facebook
buddy?
Live event where he was like barbecuing with his buds, and it's just the least human thing.
I'm so human.
Just the way I think it was something brisket, like fresh brisket or something. It was just a compilation of every time he said it. That and pulled pork. It was just like it looked like those AI. We're training AI to talk videos.
Yeah.
Hostiles. We made contact with the enemy.
He hasn't moved from this rooftop, but we can't do anything about
No.
it, sir.
Oh, so I've got a minor injury.
Find him ASAP.
You vanished.
They've lost track of me. So injuries will hinder your health regen, so I can use syringes to quickly do it, or there's a long heal that doesn't expend any...
Sort of like a long rest in a D&D scenario. That makes sense. Like if you like... Can you be injured like that if you like fall off a cliff or something?
Falling will take will hurt your stamina, and,
Okay.
and you will get fatigued.
Hit. I hit him.
Sounds like there's a robot out to get you.
Yeah.
Making all these robot sounds.
Oops, that's some bad shooting right there. Yes, see me and come fucking interact with me, game, so I can murder you all. Let's get this done.
Hostile hit. That's like me when I'm playing Apex and I hit a guy for 9 damage. I'm like, he's low, get him!
Yeah. These robots can't climb ladders. It's fine. Fuck that guy.
Stupid robots think they're so smart. Can't even climb a ladder.
Maybe we can try and do something cool with these robots.
Grenade them or something.
I've got
Oh.
a rocket launcher.
Okay,
It's like a consumable item. I got 4 of them.
that's cool. Oh, hey,
Hey guys.
a couple Mars rovers out for you.
All right, it's one of them. Hold on, you fuckers. Oh, that was a bad shot.
Yeah, I almost got the other one. It was so bad.
Let's pull out the rocket over here.
I'm not the best shot, but I'm the most patient, and enemies seem to kind of give up on chasing me.
Oh, I got hit with something. Let's just duck and hope for the best. Oh, these fucking things.
This is gonna be an insane thing to say, but I kind of want to get flashbanged.
Yeah,
Just like if I knew ahead of time that there was a promise of that this wouldn't cause any sort of lasting damage.
sure, yeah.
Like if it was in a safe like military training scenario.
Not just fucking some dude shows up and goes, hey dude, I found a flashbang.
Hey, want to see what I got? And opens up his bag and flashbangs me. No, like that seems like it'd be like the sensation of like the bright sun, like going from no sun to a very bright sun, is weird and disorienting. But like I don't know, kind of
Erotic,
cool.
I get it.
Kind of cool. I acknowledge how insane this sounds, but I stand by it.
Okay. Are we really just down to these two? I hear voices too, so there's got to be humans around here somewhere.
There's at least one guy.
Yeah, one guy going, we gotta shoot the people. I'm over here.
He's hiding. Why don't I hide? Those robots ain't gonna get him. Do you have any sort of like EMPs that do more damage against No, you're just shooting it.
I'm just shooting it.
Just shoot them with bullets. The ultimate battle bot, a gun.
This AK-47 is all over the place. So it's kind of cool. Like there's, the variety of weapons that do have a different feel. They let you know up front that the AK-47 is a fucking mess, and they're not lying.
There's a dude down to the right.
That drone had cool gear on it when I blew it up. I need to get down there and collect it. Apparently the drones have weak points on them that you can use to take them out a little more quickly.
Okay.
Hold on, robot. Let me finish this.
Yeah, the gun bullets.
Oh, I'm out of gun bullets. Wow, that's the first time that's happened.
There you go. Achievement completed.
Take intel from the drone carcass. Oh, apparently he's not even here.
I'm taking cover.
Where?
Right there, right behind those crates.
Oh, you're right.
We got
Okay.
hostiles, people. I got him.
Eat asshole, asshole. Eat shit.
The ACLU is defending you if you want to put "I eat lead" on the back of your car. Some guy got a ticket for a giant series of stickers that said "I eat ass," and the ACLU got him off.
It's not all that got him off.
Good job, soldier.
Thank you for shooting me with a shotgun.
It was an honor to serve.
Thank you for the bullets also.
I'm gonna use these to shoot your friends. Bye.
Am I injured again? I'm injured again.
You look like a dog that's excited about going on a walk. Oh, yeah, we're gonna go.
I'll do the long heal real quick so you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
So what do I do? Hold down this.
I was a little disappointed when you said on the podcast that there weren't good like bone crunching sounds as you set your leg or whatever.
That heal would be longer if I had taken more damage.
Sure. Okay, so it's not a binary hurt, not hurt thing. Did you get that intel?
I don't...
I'm moving in on the tangos.
Is it-
Take intel from drone carcass.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure which drone carcass.
I think it popped after you shot one
That
of the
last
big
one.
robots.
And when I run over that way, it says I'm getting too far from the target, so...
Okay. And there's
This
not
was the
like
one that
a-
had the gear on it.
Yeah.
And then there was one that was up... Okay, yeah, here it is.
It's in its butt.
Okay, the drone has some kind of card which contains a serial key. I like that they at least try to contextualize the fucking you held down a button near a thing and now here's the next objective. Like,
Yeah.
I like the way they contextualize it. I mean, it doesn't necessarily make the objectives any more elaborate than they would be otherwise. Let's get one of these info things. Is that, oh, it's gonna be up here probably.
I know some people, including one Matt Rory, has run into some weird bugs with this game.
Yeah, it's janky. Certainly, just like, there's some areas where you're kind of like running up the sides of mountains and stuff like that. Oh, okay. So this is actually a part of our mission. We're going to find the purpose of this card by hacking this computer.
Damn, you're good at guns and tech.
Yep. Bring the card to the antenna.
Is that like upstairs?
It looks like it's upstairs.
But
Need
yeah,
better intel about how to get up.
Sir, I went around the wrong way. Permission to go back, loop around?
Permission granted.
But stuff like I've seen reports of like getting spawned in like a stuck spot.
Yeah, I've seen some footage out there. The stuff I've experienced has not necessarily been game breaking, but it's rougher than you want.
Yeah.
For sure. And I've seen a lot of like bad AI responses where like the AI just seizes up in a base and they just stop reacting, and you just shoot a bunch of them in the head, and then they somehow wake up. Mark the rendezvous point of the attack map.
With Hill and figure out what's next.
Oh boy.
Yeah, gotta link up with Hill. That guy, he's a solid guy. Not at all a bad dude. Couldn't possibly be a bad guy. Found these gloves in this box. They're worse than the ones I had, though.
I'm still gonna take them.
So I sharded them. For parts. Big old skill tree.
Okay.
You can unlock the other classes and kind of switch at will. Anytime you go to a fast travel point, you can switch classes if you want. But this stuff, you see the proficiencies.
Faster revive.
Faster revive. You can self revive. Extra health bonuses with assault rifles and shotguns.
Sure, your mid range.
Yeah. A cloaking spray that makes you undetectable by drones when you use it. Bonus stealth and faster moving speed would not be bad.
Oh. And then your sniper.
Yeah, your sniper. But it seems like the skill trees aren't necessarily different.
So is this all within your one skill?
No, I think all of these feed into the same. So there's stealth stuff on here. There's this is how you unlock the ability to upgrade your weapons higher than the initial Mark 1 tier. Some of these are going to be perks that you have to equip onto a loadout. You can start only equipping one perk. You can upgrade this to unlock to equip a total of 3.
Oh. Where do I go? Where's the GitHub link to get me the third-party tool that'll help me create my builds?
Yeah, in my experience, like so far, this stuff hasn't, like the stuff on the tech tree really hasn't been amazing. There's been some stuff that's like, okay, ability based, like, okay, you want a parachute. You want night vision, you want thermal vision, probably. There's some drone stuff that felt like, a bigger mark area. Though I got this, it didn't actually seem like it made it any easier at all. That doesn't seem like it works. So, vision modes for the drone, stuff like that. And this is a perk. So this is something you'd have to equip. And this means like, you're going to do more drone damage with a sniper rifle against drones if you have this perk equipped.
Right.
If you want better breath control for when you're sniping, that's a passive. So you can get that and use it whenever. So I've been erring on the side of passives and stuff like that because they're going to help me no matter what. And I have gone with, I got this automatic marking one, which I thought would be cool. And it is super not. And then I got one that enhances my stealth, which has been okay. But then it's stuff like this, like, I want my stamina to regen faster.
Yeah.
Because that's just good to have.
That's just gameplay, smoothing out.
But like +1 class item capacity, like I have not used any of those gas grenades, so no. All right, here's a slightly better pistol. Let's equip that.
Oh, hell yeah, this pistol's slightly better.
And we will take apart the other one for parts. And then we can see here, so you'll unlock attachments by finding them in the world or buying them with the in-game currency, and that'll do stuff. And then also you have these upgrades. It says here, it'll basically, any time I find this specific gun, the F40, these upgrades will carry over. It doesn't apply to every single pistol in the game, but it does apply to like, okay, if I want +1 reload speed on all of this type of pistol. So I've had enough upgrade items generally to where I just kind of get all these for every gun I get when I get it. And
then there's only so many types of guns in the game that you're like finding at different power levels throughout.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
It's not like a Borderlands where it's randomly generating these guns.
I find another AK-47 someday.
Yeah.
And it'll be a higher power level, like a higher base power level. But because I've already bought these upgrades, this will carry over. And these I can, whatever I've unlocked in the attachment stuff, I can I can put that on.
I like that. It's a little more specific than just upgrading assault rifles, which you can do in the skill tree, I'm sure, at some point or whatever. But
Not quite. Yeah,
but like it's better
yeah,
than that sort of like I'm generically going to choose which type of gun.
Yeah, but the attachments do work that way. So it's like I get assault rifle extended mag. That's going to apply for all my assault rifles.
That's cool that there's both.
Yeah, yeah, it's not bad. It's just like the menus are all a little kind of unwieldy.
Especially because it's doing that fake mouse thing. Like that's
that's
always weirder on a
That's
console.
not great. Okay, mark the rendezvous point on the TAC map. That's probably going to be this icon over here. It's not that far. And there's a truck or something over here. So why don't we try to get over there and do a thing. The game is officially out today. As we're playing this, so as a result, I haven't really tried the co-op very much at all, actually. But it really wants you to do co-op.
I played a little bit of it at E3 with a squad, like a full squad of 3 or 4. I can't remember what the maximum is. And it did stuff like. Let me spawn on a teammate, I think. It seemed good. It seemed cool to have like a spread of just,
Yeah, this Wildlands ended up being like I found it to be pretty fun to just be mega overpowered and just totally kill. Actually, I'm sorry. I need to get this weapon blueprint. It's like these things are kind of a hassle to get.
Taking the stairs, huh?
Trying
to get your steps in.
I don't have. Yeah, I gotta get my steps in. I don't have a grappling hook.
I thought there was an elevator at the bottom, but that would be too convenient.
Is it? Oh, it's even up from this, right? Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
This building is not up to code. No elevator. No deal. Okay. Oh. I was expecting a cool chest opening animation.
Oh, it was a skill point.
Oh, you got a skill point.
Okay. Cool. Extra skill. Oh, we got another thing over here. What is this going to be? This is going to be an attachment or something. LMG compensator. So if I ever use an LMG, which is, possible, but not. I mean, whatever. I'm kind of switching around weapons as I find weapons with a higher gear score and trying to kind of use whatever. But assault rifle, sniper rifle has been a very winning combination to this point. You can pick up bodies and move them around if you're trying to be extra stealthy. They will see bodies and go, oh fuck.
Yeah. Can't shoot the gun, can you?
I have to change seats.
I get it when games do this. Like, put a gun on there for player 2 to do something while... But, like...
This is not the way out.
Nope.
Also, someone heard me.
It could have been anyone. Let me shoot the gun if I can drive a gun car.
I will say that they do let you shoot the gun in a helicopter. If a helicopter has a gun, which not all
that
of them
makes sense.
do.
You're holding the thing already. I don't think that's that crazy of a request, It's like...
The physics, the vehicle physics, I'm going to call them nonsense.
Slippery.
But also, in a way I can get behind, is just kind of fucked up.
It's like not right, but it's not trying to be right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not trying to be wrong.
If they're trying to be right, they've made some mistakes. Get these fucking things out of my way. I just need to get to this thing. Honestly, I feel like most of my time has been spent trying to get to the thing. And the world between things, like there'll be hey, here's 3 guys standing near a motorcycle for you to murder. And that's okay.
Hey, what's going on with the back left portion there? That's kind of hover piece.
It's the future.
Okay, that's
Technology
all you needed to say.
is crazy.
It's a drone. Certainly not the big gun car.
Nothing happening here. I'll keep looking.
Sooner or later, those ghosts will learn they don't have a chance in hell.
Please get close enough. Oh.
Still looking. So far, I got nothing.
No, nothing. There's nothing suspicious going on over here, including the fucking gun car that's just randomly blown up in the middle of the...
I know it.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You will occasionally have to go prone here. You saw, like, that thing will fly over every so often. And when the ghetto bird flies over, you have to go, ah!
Right.
And then also get down and go
Cover yourself
and
in
get dirty.
mud.
Otherwise, they will black out your mini map, and a bunch of guys will show up to try to fuck you up. It's annoying.
That sounds bad.
It's how it would be, man.
Ugh. It's how it would be, but also it's how it would be if they just had crates full of random gun parts.
Yeah.
Video games can choose when they want to be a video game. I'm okay with that, but then like that, things like, oh, every once in a while you have to look out for the boogeyman or else he's gonna take away all your coins. Does this game have a boogeyman?
I think the Boogeyman's DLC.
Oh, okay.
Broke the steps, those bastards. He makes a lot of good noise. Oh, before we end this, we should run down a hill because the noises he makes are so stupid. It's like, those are pretty good boots. 62. It's pretty good boots.
Oh yeah.
Plus 2% health regen, XP bonus. Those are the best boots I've seen yet. These boots, garbage.
I really like you not holding the gun.
There's a lot of that.
Where you pop in.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of invisible gun and a lot of, like, the guy not showing up in the base and shit like that.
Josiah, what is this?
That's Barenthal.
I found some of the others.
No.
No? On the left?
Johnson,
No.
No.
Weaver. They were good men.
Oh no, that's you?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell without the
Is
glasses.
Walker after? He's lost it. Ever since that shit went down with Vaughn. I should have stopped him then.
This is heavy, bro.
Vaughn was worthless. Sure. But it didn't have to go down that way.
This is the guy I'm almost certain is dirty. Oh, we get a flashback with my guy in it.
That's Barenthal.
Yeah, you fought alongside. That's why it's so crazy that he's here killing your guys.
I thought someone was gonna shoot me.
This is our village, Vaughn. These are fucking allies.
She had a weapon. Yeah, she had a gun.
Well, I don't see no fucking gun.
No, she had a weapon. See? She left me no choice.
Word?
Kidding me. You're done. You have wasted too much of my fucking time as it is.
No, you can't do this to me.
You did this to you.
No, this is your fault. You kept riding me,
Oh, Christ.
pushing me. You don't. You don't. Oh, man, my dad is gonna hear what you did to me.
You fucking worm. You cry to your daddy? That what you're gonna do? Every single time you fuck up, you put the blame on someone else, don't you? Anytime you're in trouble, you just wait for that daddy of yours to swoop on in, huh? Well, let me tell you something.
That's the
Your
Punisher.
He ain't here.
I think he's about to punish this guy.
I'm a good soldier. I'm a good soldier.
You are a worthless fucking human being. Hey. Come on. Vaughn, give me your weapon. Come on. Walker.
My cheeks. I can't control them.
I've had enough.
Wasn't a very loud bang for a fucking huge magnum.
Walker, what the hell did you do? He was done. Well, now he's done. Besides, if I didn't kill that worthless pogue, whole village might have come after us. Hey, this ain't right, Walker!
Fun.
All right.
You know the rest.
I know you didn't testify. You kept him out of the brig.
I should have said something. Then we wouldn't be in the shitstorm.
No. You did good.
Tell that to my soldiers he just shot.
You can't. Oh.
Now I'm going to shoot you.
So this is like this has the pacing of like a WWE create a campaign.
Right, yeah.
This was in the computer lab.
It's a printout of something called a dick butt.
Okay, so now we've resolved this stuff. Deduction. Skell is a secret lab underneath the Skell Foundation head office. Is basically the long and the short of it. We don't necessarily need to...
That's just flavor.
Yeah. We can resolve, get our 300 experience points. Now we know where dude is.
Feel more
That
experienced.
must still be in one piece. Let's go check it out.
I don't know. I want to recon Walker's men. Find out what he's after.
You see any familiar faces? Don't assume they're friendly.
You should take that advice yourself, you fucking idiot! You dipshit!
Back here.
Remember what happened?
Remember you already, like, so I wanted to deliberately solve that investigation and,
Right.
and see what the conclusion was, specifically to see if it changed anything about the game.
Yeah.
But it coming to the conclusion of like, oh, he had no idea. It's like, well, also, why didn't you just tell him right there? Like, hey, by the way, I dug around a little bit and he let you live. So maybe he's not all bad, or maybe, I don't know what's going on.
But nope.
Nope. That's frustrating. It's like they set up all this stuff that almost
Right.
let you connect the dots in what would be a really awesome emergent sort of way. Or
It's only a bummer because they like make an effort to make you invested and
Right.
like start really thinking about it rather than just waiting for the next story cutscene.
Yeah, exactly. They let you do things in a different order that lets you come to that conclusion, but then they prevent you from actually coming to that conclusion. So co-op, it's a 4-player game. You can get in there and do all that stuff and communicate. When you matchmake, you can kind of say, hey, here's what I want to try to do. And they really, I wonder at what point they added this to the screen. It's just funny to have it there. Anyway, you can matchmake and you can kind of open. You can say, "Hey, I'm trying to do this type of mission, or I'm trying to do this type of mission, or I'm trying to role play." Like whatever you want to do, like the tone of your session, that sort of stuff. If you're looking for like-minded individuals there, but honestly, from playing Wildlands, you want to play this game with friends, and I think if you play this game with friends and totally ignore the like boneheaded story stuff, you can get in here and take shit over and drive around and take over bases and shoot a bunch of guys, and it's like mechanically fine. I think that there's like I said, the menu stuff and all the stuff around the edges is a mess, and could be streamlined, but like in some ways it's a mess because they tried to do something a little more ambitious than Wildlands.
Yeah.
And I don't think the game fully realizes that. And it feels like they hedged their bets in one too many ways.
Yeah, it seems ambitious in a lot of small ways with like the interesting
map stuff.
the map stuff,
yeah.
the gun stuff, like the really getting down and customizing the gun stuff seems cool. The skill tree seems like more than the basic. We have a skill tree and it's just the shit you want. Here's damage, here's whatever.
Right.
Like it seems a little more interesting than that, but yeah, it seems like it maybe just doesn't fully come together.
I had to be around them.
Grenade, get that!
Level 14, 15.
That was cool.
Blew those guys up and gained a level.
And their bike.
Yeah. Oh, one last thing before we go. I'll show you the skill tree also ranks up. So it's the gear score, the XP score, and then your class.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so these are like achievements to get from level 7 to there are 10 levels for each class. And so I have to destroy more drones. I need to kill 12 enemies without reloading.
Ooh.
Which is, as an avid reloader, that's something I will have to work to do.
Yeah, maybe you can find a big
and then
clip.
a separate tree of things to complete if you try to do it in the online mode, the Ghost War mode. So you can level up either way.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting way to approach it. That said, the things you get for leveling up the classes are not that interesting. So it's sort of, I think I can, yeah, okay. It's like titles and emblems and stuff.
Is that really it?
Though also this proficiency,
Okay.
so that's nice to have. You know, a little more accuracy and mobility when using an assault rifle, especially that AK that's all over the place. That's not bad. So a couple of things that are like meaningful kind of upgrades, but ultimately this stuff doesn't seem amazing. But it's a neat idea. It's a neat idea. Ghost Recon Breakpoint, it's got some neat ideas, but it's not amazing, and it doesn't come together the way you want it to.
Well, that's disappointing, but you know, Ubisoft is committed to adding weird shit, going for it with their games post-launch. So maybe they'll be able to iron out some of this in the future. Who knows?
Sure. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean, they'll at least bolt a bunch of stuff onto it. They've got a bunch of systems in here with that faction war stuff and season stuff and battle pass stuff that they could kind of add a ton of content to this without. You see the hooks for where that stuff will live.
Yeah.
I think. So it's at least got that, and that's not nothing. But at the same time, I don't think the competitive multiplayer is very good and that sort of stuff either. So it's sort of still a toss up in that sense. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah.